Opening sequence. A world before the chains. Deep, emotional tone. Before the chains, there was love. Before the whip, there was innocence. And before he was a prisoner, he was just a boy with a dream. This is the story of Aarav, a young soul caught in the storm of colonial power and forbidden love. Tunely seen. Aged parchment scroll fades into lush green fields. Indian village at dawn, roosters crowing, fog gently clearing. Camera pans to Aarav, 17, feeding goats and smiling. Gentle flute, music plays in the background. The village and first glimpse of Aanya. Aarav lived in a village nestled deep within the empire's grip. British flags flapped above thatched roofs, and boots marched over stolen soil. But amidst that control, something bloomed, love. Tunely seen. Aarav carving wooden toys under a tree. A girl approaches, Aanya, 16, daughter of the local chief. She giggles and throws a mango at him playfully. They laugh, sit, and sketch each other's faces on clay with a stick. Aanya, though born into privilege, never saw Aarav as less. She saw him as her sunrise, her quiet, her secret freedom. But love, in a time like this, was a dangerous seed. The empire forbade such closeness, especially across caste, across loyalty. Tunely seen. They exchange a red thread bracelet under a tree. Cut to distant shadow of a British officer watching through binoculars. A page turns in his notebook. Local romance, watch closely. The warning. Aarav's father scolds him gently. Son, the world doesn't allow your kind to dream so freely. Aarav walks off, quietly defiant. The warnings came, but love makes rebels of us all. And their love only grew stronger, until the day everything burned. The raid. Intense tone. It began with hooves, with fire, with gunshots in the morning. British soldiers storm the village. Torches lit, people screaming. Aarav's father is thrown to the ground. Aarav runs toward Aanya but is tackled. Take him! For disobedience. For trespass of class. A redcoat yells. Aarav is chained, bleeding, thrown into the back of a cart. Aanya screams from a distance, but is restrained by two men. And just like that, a love story turned into a war. The road to captivity. Tunely seen. Aarav sits in the back of a moving prison wagon, wrists tied. Rain falls. He clutches a torn edge of Anya's scarf in his palm. They took him miles away. Past borders, past rivers, past all hope. The sky wept as if it knew what was to come. Arrival at the estate. Tunely seen. Large British estate surrounded by guards. Other colonial prisoners being processed. Given numbers, not names. Aarav stumbles, is kicked, forced to scrub floors. Here, names were replaced by numbers. Language by lashes. An identity erased. The overseer. A cruel overseer steps in front of Aarav. Overseer, speak when spoken to dog, or your back will learn to sing. Every day was punishment. Every breath, taxed. But one thing they could not steal was her memory. Letters never sent. Tunely seen. Aarav writes letters to Aanya with crushed charcoal. He hides them in wooden beams. He wrote her every night. Not to be delivered, but to stay sane. To remember her laugh, her touch, her light. One night, the overseer finds a letter. He burns it laughing. Overseer, romance? You're a labor unit. Nothing more. Memory and pain. Tunely seen. Aarav flashes back to a moment when he and Aanya swam in a river. The memory fades, replaced by a whip cracking on his back. Choked tone. Even memories were punished. And yet, even pain couldn't kill hope. The old man's warning. Tunely seen. At night, an old prisoner leans close. Old man, boy, if you keep dreaming, they'll break you. Love is not for the likes of us. But Aarav clenched his fist, because somewhere out there, she was waiting. The master summons. Tunely seen. Next morning, a loud whistle blows. Guards pull Aarav out of line. Guard, you. The master wants to see you. Now. Close-up of Aarav's face, bruised and cracked. His eyes blaze with silent rage. Anya's side, parallel. Tunely seen. Far away, Aanya lights a lantern in front of a shrine. Her father scolds her for being distracted. Chief, you shamed this family with your grief for a laborer. Aanya places her red bracelet on a map drawing a path. She made a promise that night. I will find him, or I will die trying. Cliffhanger ending. Tunely scene. Aarav walks up marble stairs toward the master's office. Rain begins outside. Thunder rolls, building tension. As Aarav stepped into that room, he didn't know what fate waited. Torture? Promotion? Death? But across the country, his name still burned in the heart of the only person who ever saw him. End credits and teaser. Chained by Empire, Part 1, Before the Chains. To be continued in Part 2, The Master's Whip. Subscribe now to follow Aarav Aanya's forbidden journey through love, loss, and liberation.